Welcome to Council Connection. I'm Sweetie Marbury, Mayor and Durango City Councilor. This program is designed to give you a snapshot of happenings at the most recent Durango City Council meeting. This time we look at the March 17th meeting. The first item for this meeting was the consent agenda, which is intended to allow the City Council by a single motion to approve matters that are considered routine or non-controversial. There is usually no separate discussion of these items unless a council member or citizen requests an item be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Of the 6 items, 1 was removed by Councilor Dick White for further discussion. It dealt with a resolution expressing council's support of Alternative 3 for construction of a new airport terminal east of the existing runway.
Alternative 1 is to renovate and expand the existing terminal. Alternative 2 is to construct a new terminal next to the existing terminal and demolish the existing terminal. Alternative 3 is to construct a new terminal complex on the east side of the airfield in an area that the airport owns that is undeveloped. The 3 alternatives were reviewed by members of the Airport Planning Advisory Committee, also referred to as the PAC, a group of approximately 50 community and business leaders from across the county that represent diverse interests. The PAC rated Alternative 3 as the one that had the most ability to meet the selection criteria. On January 22, 2015, the Airport Commission took an official action to support Alternative 3 as the preferred alternative. Javiation has recommended Alternative 3 as the preferred alternative, and staff concurs for the following reasons. Alternative 3 is the only alternative that allows continued expansion beyond the 20-year planning horizon. Alternative 3 is the only option that allows adaptive reuse of the existing terminal for other business purposes. Alternative 3 will have the least impact on travelers and tenants during the construction phase. Alternative 3 maximizes the potential funding partnership with the Federal Aviation Administration and other granting agencies. Future phases of expansion for Alternative 3 can be funded through a combination of FAA grant funds and airport revenues, whereas Alternatives 1 and 2 would need additional participation from the community when those times came. Alternative 3 separates the commercial and general aviation functions. Planning activity level 0 is approximately sized for today's terminal needs and allows a phased approach to accommodate additional capacity needs in the future.
The 4-to-1 vote by council gives direction to our consultants to pursue planning for the new terminal on the east side. I was the lone dissenter. I support a remodel while council chose to go with a new terminal. The La Plata County Commissioners who operate the airport jointly with the city have not yet announced their preference. It's expected the expansion would be funded through a combination of airport funds, grants, and a county-wide increase in property taxes, which would need voter approval. During council reports and actions, I read a letter received from Colorado U.S. Senators Michael Bennet and Cory Gardner and Representative Scott Tipton to the Bureau of Reclamation, urging the Bureau to open Lake Nighthorse to public use. The letter follows agreements by almost a dozen local partners in the Animas La Plata project. This is a great step toward eventual public use of the lake, and we appreciate the letter from our representatives. I also noted spring cleanup will begin April 13th. This year, in addition to yard waste, spring cleanup will accept furniture, appliances, and other items. Pickup will begin April 13th through the 17th in mostly the south side of Durango. April 20th through the 24th will see pickup occurring in the areas immediately east and west of Main and north of 15th. The week of April the 27th, pickups will be in the west subdivisions like Crestview, Needham, Rock Ridge, and Junction Street. And the final week beginning May the 4th will see pickup in east side subdivisions such as Riverview and Sky Ridge. You can find all the details by going online to durangogov.org and searching for spring cleanup. There were several quasi-judicial hearings on this agenda. 2 of those dealt with minor subdivisions, and a third was a preliminary plan hearing for the Silverview Townhouse and Duplex development at Colorado and Florida Road. 2 legislative public hearings were also on the agenda. The most significant dealt with accessory dwelling units, or ADUs, in the East Animas City neighborhood. City staff presented the results of months of study. Several residents also appeared before council to comment.
Really what we're doing for EN3 is we're trying to be as consistent as we can be with EN1 and EN2. We don't want to have a lot of different standards out there for this neighborhood. So really the only change that is going to be proposed is the lot size. Everything else will be consistent with what we proposed for EN1 and EN2. And I'll just walk you through that real quickly. So new ADUs would be, staff's proposal is again 8,500 square feet or larger. The maximum size of an ADU is 550 square feet. The minimum requirement for outdoor area is 600 square feet, so that's usable open space outside. They have to meet the bulk and mass standards for EN3.
My biggest concern is densification of the neighborhood. It's an established neighborhood. It's been there for a long time. I've been there for 30 some years, and I really don't like the suburbanization of a neighborhood that's been there for a long time.
I do support the staff recommendations in total, including the 8,500 square foot lot size. As you heard, if you go with anything less, like the 7,500, I think the figure was all but 25% of the lots would be eligible, which means those of us that have lots, which I believe my lot is probably 6,000 to 6,500, I would be ineligible in any event, and as a result, I'm going to be surrounded by possible more units.
I believe that these units exist because we need the housing, and that rules change as times change, and that this is an appropriate change for the population that we have now. Through this process, I have met many ADU owners in EN3, as I am one too, and they're reasonable people who care about the neighborhood and take care of their property. I don't think there's really any reason to believe that they're not, that they, their houses are trashed, or that they rent to, only college students or anything like that.
Ultimately, staff recommended ADUs in East Animas be treated just as those in established neighborhoods 1 and 2. Staff also recommended ADUs be allowed only on lots 8,500 square feet or more. Councilor Dick White voiced support for the 8,500 square foot restriction. But ultimately, councilors, including White, agreed ADUs should be allowed on lots of 7,500 square feet or greater. An ordinance ratifying council's decision will come before council in April. During the meeting, councilors also mentioned several events you might find interesting. Among these, it was noted the Mayor's Youth Advisory Council will host the 4th Annual Youth Expo. This event introduces youth to opportunities, internships, and other activities. It's free and will be held Monday, April 6th at 3:30 at the Durango Recreation Center. Councilor White noted the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Durango will host a showing of the film Pay to Play, March the 30th at the church at 7 p.m. And the Southwest Water Conservation District will hold its 2015 Water Seminar, Friday, April 3rd at the Doubletree Hotel. Registrations are now being accepted through their website at swwcd.org. And that's Council Connection for the March 17th Durango City Council meeting. I'm City Councilor and Mayor Sweetie Marbury. Thanks for joining us, and remember, you can always contact your city councilors via email at citycouncil@durangogov.org.